lovelies, how are you doing? I know it's been a while since I was on here, but now I'm back. Not like I never left, because I might leave again, but yeah, today I just want to speak about, it was my birthday recently on October 23rd. I'm the one who ushers in the Scorpio season, and so happy birthday to every Scorpio out there. But honorable mention to Libras and Sagittariuses, because they share months with Scorpios. October Libras and November Sagittariuses. So happy birthday to you all. I hope your year begins on a high note, and I hope it stays on a high note in the best way possible. I hope everything that you have been wanting for yourself comes into fruition in this coming year. One thing that I like thinking about all the time, when people are under the pressures to be, and my nails look pretty, right? They look gorgeous. One thing that I love about the beginning of the year, which is January and February and March, the first quarter, is that most of the time I'm not under so much pressure, because for me the year begins in October. And so I feel like October is always that month where I think a lot about my life in general. Where am I? Am I going somewhere, if at all? And what means am I using to get there? Am I flying? Am I swimming across? Am I using the road or the rail, or like whatever means? How am I going to get there? And what do I need to make sure that I get there, right? And so that has not been any different. Historically, I've not really been the type of person who celebrated my birthday. Like, my birthday was never a big deal until my 30th birthday. So from my 30th birthday, I've been trying, I won't say when or whatever, but like from my 30th birthday, I've been trying to put an intentional effort to be able to celebrate my birthday. And I know a lot of people think I'm like, what, 25, 26? I was told the other day that the oldest I can be is 28. Crazy, right? But yeah, I'm the type of person who has always, for the most part, used my birthday as a time for reflection, mainly because there was not much happening around me during my birthday. But like since my 30th birthday, I've always tried to make an effort to make sure something important happens in my life, mainly because I always celebrate the people around me. That has been a thing I've done since I was quite young. But like for the better part, I was never celebrated. My birthday was not a significant day. And it is what it is, right? But like after 30, I was like, it's very, very important that I begin to build traditions. And there's so much that was happening in my life then that this became one of the so much things that must happen. I don't know who is doing what, but they just started doing that when I started recording, which is crazy. But yeah, just deciding to make the most important day of my life a big deal, because it is really the most important day of my life. That's the only day, and I know there are many other people across the world that celebrate their birthday on the same day as myself. But for us, like as far as I'm concerned, as an individual, that is my day, and so I have to learn to make a big deal out of it. And so since then, I've tried my best, and this year was not any different. From spending the day with the most, amazing people who did not leave a stone unturned with regards to showing me love, reminding me that I deserve to be loved, reminding me that I deserve to be here, and that all the love that is coming to me is something that I'm worth of and I'm deserving. To having a very special evening with some of my people where we had dinner, Korean dinner. I really had wanted to have a Korean food experience and all that, and so it was an even more beautiful experience because I was having it with people that I actually love. Not all of them, but like some of them, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful because I was able to look at my life and looking back, and trust me, there are hard parts, because I think I wasn't so much high on my birthday. In the morning, it was a bit difficult because I like reflecting a lot and I like sitting and thinking about things. And I remember I was telling one of my friends that I think the week after my birthday, has been difficult because contrary to what I normally do, where I spend a lot of my birthdays reflecting and thinking and sometimes sad and a bit down and depressed and all that, this time it was in reverse. My birthday was high energies. The morning of my birthday was rather difficult, but when I was doing a moment of thinking and some sort of meditation, I remember reminding myself, Marylies, today's your day, be happy. It's a happy day, be happy. Open yourself up to receiving love, to enjoying love, to being appreciated and all that kind of stuff. Because I kind of sometimes struggle with that. I've learned, I've grown, I've healed so much that now I'm so much better. But sometimes I'm just human, you know. I do forget that sometimes. And so I had to constantly keep on reminding myself of that. And I ended up having the most beautiful day. Like, I wouldn't change a thing in the day that I had. But of course, the week after my birthday was difficult because then I don't think, it's not a thing I unlearn immediately. I'm used to sitting and reflecting. And the week was busy. I had work and all that kind of stuff. I had life happening. I deal with chronic pain, and so chronic pain is happening. I have work, but also I'm struggling mentally because, and I think one of the other things that has been quite apparent during my birthdays is the loneliness. I'm not alone. I'm not lonely either because I'm abundantly loved, and I know that for sure. But I think the whole thing of just knowing during your birthday and the milestones that I've covered as a human being in general, knowing fully I'm living on borrowed time currently, because if things happened according to my wishes, I probably wouldn't be here today to speak this, to even have this conversation with you guys here. But, you know, acknowledging that and knowing that I'm now at a path where I've done so much growing, I've done so much becoming, and all the parts of myself. I'm not anywhere close to where I wanna be, really. But like, I'm so far gone from where I started off from. The difficulties and everything has become so much easier to deal with, to understand, to embrace, to remind myself those things that are bad don't define me and all that kind of stuff, and that all the beautiful things that I've become, I can inform a definition of who I am from those things. And so reminding myself of that, but also that comes with remembering, the deaths to self, the many deaths to self that have died in the true spirit of a Scorpio and a Phoenix and an eagle, the ability to soar to greater heights even after, hitting rock bottom and all that kind of stuff. So reminiscing about all that and how I came to be here, but also just because some things are no longer part of your life, and for me, hugely my family, doesn't mean you don't sit sometimes and look back and wonder and ask yourself, what if, right? And so like this past week, and I know it's only Friday, I know my birthday was last week on Wednesday, so this week Wednesday was 1 week, and so these are literally reflections because I'm recording this video like shortly before I upload it. But sitting with myself and reflecting on that and just reminding myself it's okay to miss those parts. And this beautiful friend of mine was keen to remind me of that, because sometimes I feel like I know, but sometimes I forget. And I've had to do therapy to speak about that and all that kind of stuff, to sort of find some level of grounding for myself. But I'm grateful, and I think the reason I wanted to come here and speak a bit about how my day was is because most of the times we forget that literally everything that we are living currently is a culmination of everything that we've worked so hard to become. And while we work very hard to become these many things that we wish for ourselves, there's also deaths of selves that we die, right? There's parts of ourselves that we have to lose. Very necessary, because we also grow up in a society that forces us into boxes of identities, that we should be one thing and one thing only. And so I've had to go through the excruciating process of understanding that it's okay to sometimes look at your younger self, in this case older self, the things you used to do way back when, and sometimes miss those things, yeah, and sometimes just tell yourself, you know what, I wish, because sometimes even in the current times, regardless of the journey that I've traveled, regardless of the person that I have become, often than not, sometimes there are things that we wish would come with us in these moments. Sometimes there are moments of winning, moments of glory, moments of thriving that happened in the past, and however less permanent or impermanent they were, you still wish they would come with you on this other side and become more permanent and all that kind of stuff. And so my friend was keen to remind me that it's okay to sit with that, but also in therapy, but also it was a moment for me to just also sit with myself and actually literally remind myself of the same, that it's okay to sometimes miss things that are no longer part of your life. It's okay to miss people that are no longer part of your life, because, and I think this is one thing that I've learned over the years about the human experience in general, just because you're no longer in good terms with a person currently, for example, or just because you no longer see eye to eye, or just because the people who were in your corner then are no longer people who are in your corner now, doesn't mean the beautiful moments that you shared will become any less beautiful. They're still beautiful moments. Those moments are a culmination of the person that you are today, because through those you are able to learn the things you like about yourself, the things you don't like. You're able to learn how to love and to be loved and all that kind of stuff. You are able to learn the things that you'll never accept again in your life and all that kind of stuff. And maybe these people and these things are some of the things you had to learn to never accept and all that type of stuff. And now that you are here, very, very fundamental to acknowledge that sometimes the death of self doesn't mean the forgetting of self, because that Mary Liz, the Mary Liz many years back, is still the Mary Liz now. At least the outer shell, the body, and everything. What has changed is my values, my belief system, things that I stand for, and all that kind of stuff. The sides at the peak, I'll probably be provided with the same scenario that I was provided with back then, and I'll probably have a totally different view of it and pick a totally different side of that view altogether, because of the changing times and all that. And so I've had time to reflect on that. I've had to do therapy because the week was quite difficult, and I know most of the time it's always, me as a person never really comes online to speak about these things like that. And so I do understand that sometimes it's okay to just wallow in the pain of loss, in the pain of memories, in the pain of reminiscing and all that kind of stuff, but to just remember to never stay in that same place, that you're a person who is constantly growing, who is constantly becoming, and may you find the wisdom to learn to pursue parts about yourself that you really want to become. Because it's also easy, while you're living a part of yourself that you no longer want, it's also easy to become yet another part or another version of another thing that you don't really want to become. And so the ability to be able to travel that journey and to be able to get to a place where I'm like, every version of myself currently, I love. I'm in awe. I worked so hard for this. I can only become better from here, but I will never become any other thing that I do not wish for myself. And so I'm grateful. I think this video is also to say I'm grateful because of that. I'm grateful because of the friends that I have in my life. I'm grateful because of the people who, think of me whenever they're thinking of the people that they love and all that kind of stuff. I'm grateful for people who remind me constantly of the love they have for me. I'm grateful for people who have never forgotten to show up for me, because sometimes I do forget that I deserve to be showed up for. And so I'm very appreciative of that. I'm very grateful for all the experiences I've had in the last 1 year, and I'm excited for all the experiences that I'm about to have in this coming year. And my hope for myself is that I accomplish everything that I've wanted to accomplish. I experience abundance in love, abundance in joy, abundance in remembering to live, abundance in financial gains and all that kind of stuff. Because I think one of the other things that I've been really thinking about, and I feel like it's time, this is the year, I really have to get my surgery done. I feel like I need a sense of normalcy. And so if you see this video and you've gotten to this part of the video, remember to click on the link on my bio. I will try on this video and link my fundraiser, my GoFundMe. I will also link it on my it's linked on my Instagram and my TikTok and my Facebook pinned post. And so find those and share with a friend. Help me get my surgery, because I know unless I want to wait until when I can do it, but like it's a health thing. It's not a thing that I can postpone until when I can do it. I do have goals that I've set for myself and all that kind of stuff, but that doesn't mean it's easy to realize that big amount of money immediately, considering life continues to happen and other needs keep on, popping up, aside from the needs of always having to go to the hospital, having your dosages of treatment and all that. And so I'm wishing for myself that may the universe align in the favor of me getting my medical situation figured out, but also financial abundance, friendships that are meaningful, friendships that involve a lot of me choosing my friends and them choosing me, friendships that involve a lot of love and celebration, friendships that are not sustained by envy or wanting another person's life and all that kind of stuff, because this is a thing that I've seen that has become very prevalent, that you think people care for you, but like in reality all they want is everything that your life is about. So beautiful friendships that are founded purely on sisterly but also siblinghood and love and joy and happiness and celebration, and even in times of adversities, friendships that are sustained by being there and showing up for each other. Because I know for whatever reason, this year started on a beautiful note, and that has happened a couple of times before, but it's not a normal thing for me to start my year with so much, love and abundance and feelings of joy and happiness. And I promise it's not like my life is perfect, but for all it's worth, it's unfolding perfectly, and I couldn't have had my birthday any other way. And again, to every October, November Scorpio, happy birthday to you. To everyone, this is my new year, so to everyone whose birthday is up and coming before my next birthday, happy birthday to you. I hope you remember that on your birthday, that's a you day, and I don't care who you share it with. I know some people share their birthdays with their children, some people share their birthdays with their siblings and family members and all that. I do not care how many people you share your birthday with. I hope people who are around you remember to stop for you on your birthday. Thank you so much. If you're new here, please remember to subscribe to my channel. The more you subscribe, the more you motivate me. I'm that kind of a person, and the more you want me to do things, the more I'll be curious and keen to do the things. But other than that, I love you guys. I appreciate you. And remember, the only way to live is to be yourself. Anything else doesn't matter. If you can be yourself, you can be anything in the world. Bye. Peace.